through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
And let me say good evening to all of you joining us this beautiful Friday evening, the 7th day of February 2025, moving steadily. Wherever you are, we want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. We have a full house here tonight on the Bottom Line Liberia. Francis Mensah is well situated in the Royal Kingdom of Sweden. Paul the Lord Children is also in the United Kingdom, London to be specific. And I am in the Royal Kingdom of Norway, and we're going to have a guest on the show tonight. And we'll be discussing soccer. Between the Americans call soccer, but we call it football. And I guess that's the right name. Because in America, the people play football, the ball with their hand, they call it football. But here we play in Europe, we play with our feet, so we call it football. So we'll be discussing the prospect of football in Liberia, what have been the challenges, and what can we do to better the situation. If there is any footballer in your midst, in the audience, you can encourage them to join us so they can make their contribution as well. But let me say welcome to the guys, Francis and Bill. Welcome to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me on the show tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming too, Francis.
Yeah, me for man. Well, I want to say thank you. We are here tonight to discuss issues, relevant to our country and how best we as a people, as a host of a show of this show can see the way forward in terms of sports, politics, and how it affects our community, and our country, our people in particular. So it's good to be here this evening.
Okay, guys, and I'm very, very happy that we can all take up our time this Friday. The weekend starts on Friday, but let me, we are all located in different European countries, right? So let me take a round to see where we are and what we're doing, what happens on a Friday evening like this in your location. Bill is in. Okay, let's welcome Paul. Paul, you just pop in. You've been here though, but you just open it up. So tell us, you are in London. Tell us what happens in London on a Friday evening like this. After a hard week's work, when it's Friday, what happens usually? You are me, Paul.
Good evening, gentlemen. It's good to be back on this day, and to our viewers, to Bill, welcome back on the Bottom Line discussion. Yeah, so Lynn, for your question, the English people work extremely hard. So on a Friday, 4 o'clock after work, everybody start heading for the bar. We call it here the pub. So you go there, you drink, you listen to karaoke, or you play your own thing. And some people who got good voice will take the mic and sing. And it is what it is here. And then people leave and go home and sleep and get ready for Saturday. And then they all go to football. I guess we'll be talking about sports tonight. So that's the English life. Get drunk on Friday, Saturday morning, get ready for football match, and get drunk again.
So I know, right? I know what you're talking about, because I was in the UK for 4 years in Southampton. Southampton is it's a little hidden city in the south of England, but people don't know a lot of history about Southampton. Southampton was the last city in the UK that the Titanic left, and then they had the accident. And Southampton is an open sea area. They got port, and so you got tourists coming all the time with ferry. With cruise ships. So that place is up. Sometimes people walking insolvent in the street, don't ask them for play because they don't live there. And they are yet tourists. So it's always lively. And being a maritime student, so we are living regularly maritime, area near the water. So we have our own pub. And like there is real life in England, I can tell you that for sure. England it's open, you can buy your thing any hour, anywhere, gas station, anywhere. So but let me hear from okay, maybe let me talk about Norway. Small Norway, we have problem. Uh, our people there can sell liquor in a particular area, okay, and that place can close. The ones they selling in the shop or in the supermarket that get beer, no hard liquor there. And tonight, 8 o'clock, they close at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, Saturday, they'll be closing at 6 o'clock. So if you don't buy your thing, forget it. But then you can go 1 minute after 6, the man will say no. In fact, the tap can close by automatically, it can close by itself. So then 1 minute after 6, you can buy nothing. Or on weekdays, 8 o'clock, you can buy nothing. But our men can drink too, say if restricted, they can travel to Sweden right on the border. So when we go to Sweden, the police there know that our men will go and get drunk. So the police, they used to grab them and put them in jail. After drinking the whole day, they put them in jail so they can drive and go back. Then that's usually they go there Friday night. So they'll drink and get drunk, and then they put someone in the summer, they will let them be out, but in the winter, they can put them somewhere, like we call it jail. Then in the morning, they open they open there, then they start drinking the whole Saturday again, then they will sleep. Sunday morning, they start coming home. Because it's expensive here, then it's restricted. So when you go to Sweden, it's free. But let me ask Bill. Bill lives in Switzerland, and they say they live in the richest country in the world. So I know you can drink beer. Where you can drink that beer? Where you can do on Saturday night or on a Friday night like this?
Thank you very much for asking me that question. Trust me, our people, they drink mostly wine. We're in the wine sector around here. We got a lot of wine farm around here, and then we drink a lot of wine, and mostly in the mountains where we drink hot wine. We drink cold wine, some people drink hot wine. By this time of the year, because it's cold now, so people drink hot wine and eat mostly cheese, and and those you have to eat those finger foods, the finger food. For you to not get too drunk. And we in Switzerland we having the red nose with the red nose security guys, where when you're drunk they can take your car, carry you, drive you to your dorm. If you can't drive, carry you back to your anything you get for them, you give it to them. They put your key right in the letterbox and you go upstairs in your house, your car parking right there. So that's the way the Swiss people live here. Thank you.
That's very interesting, man. Francis, I think I lived in Sweden before as well, so I know where it is in Sweden too, right? And
yeah, look,
I know the system is working.
Yeah, the system closes. It closes by 8 o'clock to just like Norway. We have the same system. It closes 8 o'clock. On the weekend, it closes by 3 o'clock. So you have but besides that, people got this, they got the arsenal, the winery. I call it arsenal. It's stuck. But the street life now, and we go out there, they got so many places out there right now. Like any cosmopolitan city, you people get, they work hard, they party hard, and the weekend is it. The Sundays and the family decided to go out for Friday night. People out there, you go downtown Stockholm right now. For party, but no, that's it. No, chilling or after, a week or hard work, the young people they're out there, man. So yeah, so that's it. Life, yeah.
I know. I was in Sweden some 20, 25 years ago, So I know they get some high club there, like Metropole, man.
Yeah, exactly. Metropole, where in where do you call it? Is in maybe a plaza there.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not open anymore. I don't think so. The last time around there, I didn't see it though. I don't know if it's open.
Okay. But all in all, we say all of this to let you know that life is not like prison where you just you stack up and you can't do whatever. You gotta work, and when you work, you gotta play, because life is not supposed. If you play all the time, you'll be lazy. I mean, you'll be poor. But if you work all the time too, you get money. But you need some, you need to mix it up. Well, guys, welcome. For those of you joining us for the first time, we want to say this is the Bottom Line Liberia discussions. This is where we discuss the issue. We do talk about politics. We talk about everything about human interest. And tonight we'll be discussing Liberian football. And this is just an introduction. We're going to be bringing in so many football players and people who are, connected to football some way. Maybe coaches and other people will be bringing in time after time. But tonight we'll be starting the show. And let's welcome our sporting friend. They all introduce themselves, but while we trying to get settled, we want to go through the few newspaper headlines that we have. We are all Liberians. All of here, we are Liberians. We can discuss the politics of things, and then we'll go to the sporting part. So, Paul, what do you have for us tonight? Paul, okay.
I think Paul need to go in and come back. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, okay. Paul is not probably hearing us. But guys, let me put up these people. I mean, these headlines here. What you see there is the Ivorian government have reduced the electricity supply.
So, can you guys hear me now?
Huh? If we can hear you.
Hear you, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, we try to hear you. Okay, but the picture you see on the screen is President Joseph Numa Boakai and the president of Ivory Coast shaking hands. That was not recently. That was that's an old picture, but I think the newspaper decided to use it to show that bilateral relation between Sweden, Ivory Coast and Liberia. But as you know, Liberia have been getting electricity supply from Ivory Coast. There used to be 50 megawatts, but now they say the newspaper is telling us that the Ivorian people have cut it down from 50 to 7.5. So I can just imagine how many people are going to be, out of electricity. And this is all because we know that Liberia has not been living up to its part of the bargain. That is, they're supposed to pay for the electricity, but they are not paying for it. And so the government of Ivory Coast has decided to cut it down. So I don't know, guys, how you think this is going to affect the people already who do not have a constant electricity supply. We want to start with Francis. Probably it may not affect Liberians, or it will affect them. How do you think it's going to be?
Look, electricity is very crucial. It's very important for the state of the economy, the state of the nation. You cannot have a country that's aspiring to become a middle income country, or trying to to raise the standard of living of its people without a constant flow of electricity. My understanding, another story I got, the reason why the CIE related, and Bill helped me with that one. I mean, go at London, I left Abidjan. There's not a company could electricity. The only thing CIE is like they had a problem too with one of the supply lane. So they could not supply Liberia. But the newspapers, you can see the kind of headline, that's sensation that the people bought. So they want you to buy it and read. Despite Liberia is owing CIE. Yeah, but the main reason why there was a cut in the supply, a reduction in supply is basically because of they themselves have probably they cannot operate to the full capacity. Yeah, but it's important to have electricity, but you need industry to function. You need security for the people. So I mean, no, it will impact the lives of Liberians. So
Yeah, definitely. Bill, you were in Liberia quite recently compared to me. So and you can attest to the fact that electricity.
okay, as a building, they introduce software, so man, then we can come. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Bill, tell the people who you are and where you live and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for welcoming me on your show tonight. My name is Bill Nure, former Liberian, ex-Liberian professional, and live in Switzerland. And I'm the chairman of the Liberian Diaspora International Organization uh, through the youth, for the youth empowerment through sports. And I'm working as well with IFLA. Thank you very much. As you the question as regards to electricity in Liberia, we've been getting supply from I think Ivory Coast and stuff, and they say we're coming from Nigeria. They say in parentheses, and they started putting all the poles that were going to be in line with the electricity that coming from I think Nigeria because they were talking about some ECOWAS electricity and stuff. But in Liberia, we always want something free. We want this thing free, and this thing can't go free. Though now, Ivory Coast having the tramway coming in from north to south. I mean, from Anyama strictly to the airport, passing through Plateau. You see, people need more electricity. You see, but I think the people at LDC and other people bringing in different electricity, and they buying it with the meters and stuff like that. But it not stay how you call it, it not stay stable. But I did not feel it because I was in a hotel, and the hotel, when the electricity go, when LEC gone, they put their standby generator on. So I didn't actually feel it at night. But other people in those areas like where you get a presidential area, like in rehab, they say, we don't normally go there like that, but when you go, you come back, you 10, 15 minutes time because president live around there. So those people are the people that are in paradise. But actually, I did not really feel it as regards to the electricity issue in Liberia. Thank you.
Okay. And
let me just tell we have Sporting Harris. We are Harris can introduce himself before we go to.
okay, we are Harry. We want to say welcome to.
Can we see you, man? What you in a car or what?
I think he's in the car.
Yeah, that's it. Good afternoon to everybody.
Just leave up, put the post down.
Huh?
No, now you go.
So I say good afternoon to everybody. My name is Wia Harris, but a lot of people know me by DJ Sporting. I work as a sports journalist, and I've been merging into football business like Bill. Been in the business for a long time, but I'm just getting into the business to move players. And but for the electricity situation you spoke about, I think Liberian are used to living without light, and it is time for us to be more serious and focus on building our dam and getting the dam up to full capacity, because it's been since 2005, the war ended, 2025, 20 years. We can hang on Ivory Coast, So I think the government, we need to put more focus. And the people of Liberia, they will survive. Tough situation I live in Liberia, the whole 2023. The tough situation with the light. But for me, I already never experienced sleeping all night because I was always with people around money and living rehab. So that area, top security area, the current always running. But I already experienced ADC off and on. But I think people that are experiencing it, they're going through a lot. So they start with national government to see how they can find the energy. It's not the money, okay? It's the energy and the decision to fix one thing for Liberia, electricity. So I think until they fix it, the people will continue to struggle and they will survive. Yeah. For me, I don't love politics, so that I don't talk much when it comes to politics. You know.
Yeah, you are spokesman. But you see, when we talk about electricity, light is very important. You see, our man sitting in the car does not have much light, and we cannot see him. So you see what we're talking about, right? Yeah. So, but on a very serious note, I think you said it right, or DJ, that government should focus on these things. And we're not only talking about this government. It's been a long time, like you said, since 2003. The last war was for 2005. We had election. It's gone 20 years. So if there was a child that was born 20 years ago, that's a man like us. You see, so how is it difficult that we cannot get electricity? Paul, maybe you want to tell us why I mean, how the cutting down of this electricity supply from the Cote d'Ivoire will affect who are already suffering from electricity, businesses as well. Well, Paul is really struggling with his internet. I think he's getting delay. He's getting also on a delay footing. But I think that was the only thing that we. Paul, you hear us? You are muted, Paul.
Muted, Paul.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I'm hearing you guys now. You can hear me? Sorry, man.
Right.
There's so many gotcha around my house, so the internet keep fluctuating. But I want to say welcome to DJ Sporting. I missed the name.
Mr.
And
Weah.
also Bill. I know CDK is in the background. Let's bring him on to be a good show tonight. Regards to electricity, those that follow the Bible, it say in the Quran, in the beginning, God said something, there must be light. It was light. Without light, you don't do things right. So we hope that light should be the priority in the country. Been in darkness for a very long time now. So I remember when we were small, I keep going up and down, guys. Sorry, I'll be in the background. I remember we were small during dual time. When carry light, when LEC come out, everyone will be running. Yay, light not come. It should be addressed. Some of us that work in the energy sector, this is what we've been praying long time. We have the sea, we have the sun. What can we invest in solar energy and wind turbine to ease the problem? And then also the rivers that we have to build mini hydros all over the place. It will help us. It won't cost much. There was a pilot study carried on in Afghanistan. Small river bank were able to supply 200 homes by building a mini dam. So we can do that. If you look at Firestone have one of the smaller dams, but it been there since 1964. They still supplying per current. So the country need to really focus on electricity. Without light, you don't move. So when you're in darkness, you become dark forever. So Sidiki, welcome. And guys, I'll be in and out because of my situation here. Sorry, but I will join the conversation when my network is stable.
Okay, and let's say welcome to Sidiki. Sidiki tonight, we just discussing this reduction of electricity supply to Liberia by the Ivorians. I'm not sure it was done in with any malice, but there are conditions surrounding it. Like one of the conditions is that they need more supplies right now because of certain economic activities that they will be going through, and then Liberia as well is not owing up to its obligations when it comes to the payment. So we just trying to brainstorm. Sticky disappear. But we're just trying to brainstorm how we think it could affect the people. But until Sirigi can come back, guys, we'll be transitioning to our main topic for tonight. Okay, Sirigi is back. Sirigi, just quickly introduce yourself and then where you live and and then give your short comment on our electricity, supply reduction, how you think it's going to affect the people who are already suffering. They don't have stable electricity.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I don't know if all of you are hearing me clear.
Right.
Okay, great. So I'm Siliki Koma, and it's good to be here. Occasionally, particularly during the weekend, I'm always on here. So it's good to be here. And yes, I currently stay in Kigali, East Africa, Rwanda. And it's always a pleasure to join all of you. So based on the conversation, uh, that is on text tonight has to do with the electricity issue in Liberia. So what I would like to say about that is that it's just so unfortunate that we as a country we are still struggling and going as far as borrowing or asking Ivory Coast, our neighboring country, which we are way older than to borrow us or share electricity with us. And so at some point, I hear you spoke about Africa trying to reduce the electricity they share with Liberia. That's very, very unfortunate. And personally, for me, I've seen a lot of friends in Liberia posting on Facebook. You know, they kind of struggle. They struggle with the electricity issue. Uh, for the past few weeks. 1 or 2 weeks. But it's very, very sad. And I think some part of last week when we came on here, there was a video Brother Paul played on the show, and he talked about where the president saw. Oh my God! Hello?
Yeah, cool. Go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Someone keep calling me. I don't know. You getting me?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what I was trying to say is that last week we were on the show. I don't know last week or 2 weeks ago. But Paul played a video here where the president attended a summit in Tanzania right after the State of the Nation address.
Mhm.
And this is exactly what the president was asked, about energy improvement. The president's vision is plan to improving electricity in the country. And the journalist did mention about the struggling of, Liberians go through, in terms of getting electricity, and even mentioned that in the entire country, only Monserrado or the capital, receive electricity. And what was the president plan to addressing the electricity issue in the country? And the president went and just took a script that was given to him and read for me instead of answering the question. That was an opportunity. If the president would have answered that with a clear plan, we will not be having this conversation. Maybe the conversation we'll be having is that, look, the president said he's going to do this and this. Let's give him time to implement what he's saying he will do. But the president went to an international forum, and they asked him about his plan to improve energy, specifically electricity in the country. The president has nothing to say to the audience on the international, panel. That was a big blow of a loss of opportunity for our government. For us, we back home, or people that will have interest in helping us to at least invest into the energy sector so that Liberians can have, look, electricity is a basic need. No citizen for that matter, not even only Liberia. But you see electricity, health, education, security, these are basic needs. It is our right to get it. We should not be begging the government. That's why we pay tax. And the fact that Liberians in this 21st century, 2025, while other countries are thinking about different things, we are still stuck with electricity. It's just quite unfortunate. And I just hope Liberians can demand, we can reach to a point where we will demand from our leaders instead of getting away with this mediocre mindset, just being satisfied with every little thing we get or we see. It's a clear fact. I was in Liberia to join a show like this. Then by now the electricity gone, or maybe I tell him, but of course I can't join because I don't get electricity or stuff like that. That's a real issue in the country, and it is quite unfortunate. We changed the CDC government because we wanted to solve some of those things. 1 year is enough. to solve the electricity issue in Liberia. But after 1 year, we are still struggling with it. And guess what? There's an upcoming energy retreat from the government of Liberia. Instead of the president going to attend our retreat, guess who the president is sending there? Jeremiah Kun. That retreat is going to take place in Ganta, Nima County. The president for himself, because if you are there, you show how serious you are about solving this problem. Your cabinet of people who work for you will also take this serious. But you send a vice president and they will go to his farm in Nima County, Ganta, to have a retreat, and you are not there, about solving something that brings people are crying for the past 2 weeks. But again, when we talk these things, the people who are victimized, they come and throw attack. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. But at the end of the day, they are the ones being affected. And all of us, because we have relatives, some of us have families back home, we have people who are affected by this electricity issue. So we look up to the government. The government should account for this. The government should provide this for us because it's a basic, it's our right. Electricity is not something a 177 years old country like Liberia should be crying for. And to even come on this platform, brother, to talk about Africa giving us electricity, it's a disgrace. We are way older than Africa. Africa is not even 100 years plus or 200, but we are 177 years old. And we are borrowing electricity from a small country like Africa, and that does not bother us. But when we talk, people come and say, look, we're doing it with, but at the end of the day, we have a country, and every one of us as Liberians have a responsibility, whether on the negative or positive side. The government should provide this electricity for our people, the Liberian people, because we need it. And I see my brother hand up, Bill, so I will stop here and give you an opportunity to speak. But this electricity thing, the government is not serious about it. That's just what I wanted to show you.
Yeah, Bill, you want to put in and give an input?
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, German. Unfortunately, I'm not a politician, but what our brother just talked about, I want to leave a little bit of emphasis on it because we are all Liberians. I remember one time I told George, I'm not politician, he said, man, everybody politician in their own way. So I think when we're talking about this now, we have to say something. My brother, to be very frank with you, our country is politically charged right now. We criticize every good thing you do. Nobody see nothing good. I'm not a politician. Seriously, most of my podcasts, most of the interview I have with radio stations in Liberia, they will tell you. I always tell them from the onset, I'm not a politician. But you see, when we're looking at, we go to Ivory Coast, then we go to Nigeria, those countries are being diversified. We hail it there. We say, oh yeah, look at the people country. Because why? The people, they got politics in those countries. But Liberia don't know politics. We don't know politics. We can carry the politics to our boons. Kroma, we have for Kroma, and then Kroma go against Mensa not speaking to me. And they think that's going to be on the onset. We are on the surface. But we carry to our way to our hearts. Germany, we need to desist for the things. Our country, we need to, when Mensa is the minister, the LEC boss, when he does anything, let's try to support him, give him that support. Look at our country, because giving that, Wuta is the politics, now in Africa, Babo, pressurizing Watara. But when it comes to development, look at they support one another. Our country, we're suppressing one another that nobody believes in that country. So I just wanted to say this short thing. I'm not a politician, but I just want to throw light on it. Like what our brother Kuma said, the people having their own timetable. When the president is sending the vice president to the place, he's going to execute. That's why he took the job for. And the people get their TOR. And the man going there, he's supposed to give back his report. And the president has said, where the president was going to say there, probably he have said it to a VP. But you want him to do it your way, Kuma. If you want the president to go, yeah, because Kuma said the president will go. Far president say that don't go. President go there because Kuma want you to go. No. Why would always do the thing? Okay, Sporting Harry, I may go do the president job. No, Sporting Harry is not your job. The president will go do it. I mean, they try to understand these things. This will not end up to start politicizing these things.
Okay. I mean,
please, thank you. That I can stop on the sporting side. Let's keep on talking sports. I don't want to go into politics. I hold your
we're not going to do it, like, you know. But I think what I see Kruma was saying is that, you know, Bill, let me tell you one thing. You and I, all of us were born, raised, and we are Liberians. We get our thing inside us. Let me tell you one thing. The president can send Jeremiah Kun as vice president. They say, oh, the president knew on the paper, the president was supposed to be there, but he sent the vice president. Some people say, hey, we want to see a president, a vice president coming, especially in the country where the vice president coming from. Say, but they may no, you know, I go on my farm. But the presence of the president gave weight to the whole thing. Let me tell you one thing. The president and the vice president, they are not the same. The weight that I agree that the vice president could execute what the president would do, but the presence of the president is more impactful on the people than, you know. I've been in the presidential cycle for a little while. I spent a little time with Joe. You know, when he was president, we called him for a short time before the war came, and then all throughout the war, I was with Taylor, and I know what the presence of the president, the leader, means. So I think maybe that from that aspect, we were talking about, you know, we all are saying the same thing. We want the best for our people. However we can get it, whether it's the going of Jeremiah Kun to that Vice President Kun to that program, we encourage the people to attend, or, you know, we give it weight. It's the same, like the presence of the president. So we all saying the same thing. You cooking rice, but somebody say, my man, I'll put salt. Then you say, no, the other man say, my man, I'll put salt. Let you put small. No, but at the end of the day, it will be rice, and we'll all eat it. So I don't know, probably Sidiki, but I don't think Sidiki needs to respond to that. He's on the phone. But guys, we are here for sports tonight, and I'm very happy that we got a former player here for the Lone Star, and he's also in the business of, I think, an agent, recruiting players, and we got a sports journalist who covers more sporting activities, and he should know more. Because, you know, all my life as journalist, that one thing I've been very lazy to do. I used to commentate a little bit, but I know anything about football. I just been so lazy into that era. So for us to have a sports journalist here who, you know, at least should be very much current with sporting activities, we are happy tonight. And for those of you who are in the audience, you can share the show so that we'll have some former players here. They can give their views too. But let me say, Bill, football in Liberia, you play football, and how do you see football nowadays when you play compared to when you play football during your days?
Wow, that's a good one. Thank you very much. I would tell you, football during my days, it was a hard one. It was a hard one. We never had money. We were playing on the hard turf. I mean, hard ground, 8 years, you know it. When you fall down one time, you get stripped all over the place. But we were playing it from our heart. I used to drive from Now Street straight to the Biancali Hospital on the beach. Salenza, so we were passed by each other there on that beach. We would be passed by each other on that beach, Sylvester there. All the guys, you know, nobody would tell you to go jog. And just imagine, I would talk about myself because what I used to do, you know, Solomon Jordan, everybody used to jog on that beach from Now Street straight to Cali Hospital. We taking it 1-2 until you reach. Nobody would tell you. And just imagine, I was in Byron put me into Hill Mission School, and where you need to do make the grade before your scholarship hole. And those 5 business, those 5 business you hear, a 9th grader in front of you, a 10th grader behind you, 7th grader here, and then you get a 12th grader, 3 5. So who you going to ask? I mean, woman number 9 no more. Do you come into so you must steady? What I'm trying to make you understand, you have to steady. And after jogging all the places, we're going to put your fee, you renew your fee in air fee. Okay, if you have my fan, that in that saying, we're going to battle it or another against Barrow. On that fee, you see the spectator all over the place. You had to play the weekend. You had to justify your position to play the weekend. And then you had to go to school tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, 1 minute after 8, you get yourself beating your hand. So you know what I'm talking about. So you know the kind of pressure. Well, I mean, those days it was hard for us, but today I can compete with people that went higher than me, and then what is good? It's all good. What I want to say here is that we sacrificed during those days. I sacrificed during those days, and then but today, everything is like a bread and butter right now. Yes, Sporting can attest to it. I can see him battling with you guys on the Liberian football chat. There, I can just only listen to him. He challenged you 4-5 people, and they can respond to him. 2-3 guys in the morning, he chunky messages there. I say, my man, guy. But you know what happened here right now today? As I said before, I was just talking to my brother Kuma. It's not only the presidency, but in football, I told you, politics have taken the whole of Liberia, global, and nothing good going on. Today, I was reading on the Liberian chat, the Liberian sporting chat. They say the youth and the government is not responsible for the youth development program. They only responsible for the Lone Star, the national team, the female national team, and the male national team. Look at the team. Then who coming succeed the first national team now? Those that coming from behind, you supposed to support. Nobody, no support for them. Where are we? The politicizing everything. Is Sporting Harry doing this thing? You want to try to fit Bomber fee or the blue fee? They say no. He not sort of do it. He even do it the right way, and because of going like the head of Sporting Harris. It's crazy. We don't support one another when somebody is trying to do something. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to support one another. When the politics come, look at the election in America. After they said Donald Trump won, everybody took the position, went back to the offices. But in Liberia, they will be seeking Amana waiting for January 1 to December 31. Amana waiting. What's this? We can't be running campaign when somebody finish winning. They wishing for somebody to die quick for somebody else to take. Who coming there? Who coming there?
Okay.
A waiting Liberia time. Excuse me, a waiting Liberia time. Look at our football. It's deteriorating because we have no money today. No money. The team doesn't play test matches. The national team does not play test matches because we have no money. They don't get money to buy a ticket to go somewhere. They don't get hotel money. They don't get money to even when you want to bring a team in Liberia for the Liberia national to play test match. They even get money to host the team are coming. They got money to pay the trainer. Where are we going? We want quick result. Who you coming blame? You're not telling me who to blame. Thank you. I'm not talking again.
Who is away? Paul, you got any question, Francis?
Look, I don't have a question. Look, 1990, we all. I fled to the Ivory Coast. I used to play in the mile. I used to play football. I went to Ivory Coast. I left Buchanan. We had a county meeting. I went to Ivory Coast in Man. And look, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Man, they feed her grass. And I'll tell a little background myself. When in the number of days we have the Corporation League in Liberia, EDC, water and sewer. So I used to train on the field in man, and this guy, Dieudonné, this guy, he played for Barrow. He's a Cameroonian guy. So this evening, my host Victor Dennis and I was coming from the chaos, the marquis there. So was speaking English. So he walked behind us. So he said, "Look, when y'all speak French," and we laughed about and we talked to all Liberians speaking. So he saw me say, "I see you playing on the field every day. So I want you to come play for the CIE, that is the Imam, or the what do you call it? The simple supplying currency now, the EDC." So he took me for look, I think it was 1991. 1990, actually, 1991. He took me for a boots fitting, La Coste Sportif. Went to the shop in Man. Man is I don't know how many hours from Abidjan. Man is a little town from Liberia. Man, in fact.
Yeah.
So how football was, the sport, they got to the shop, La Coste Sportif boots. All knew about Adidas and Puma, this. And I took me for the field. But I had to leave the Ivory Coast. So by the time I left, I went Ansu and Kim. I had this FC Man. But in short, look, everywhere in Ivory Coast, all the major cities got field. You see how the grass field, the stadium. I talking about 1990. I don't know why it's like 90 by now. So we are not serious for football. We are not serious for anything in our country. Liberia is just not serious for every aspect, sports, education. We said education was good before the war. It was not good as compared to other countries. Ivory Coast before the war, the children's school, the children in the junior high, you see the papers. The curriculum. So look, Liberia as a country, we need to recalibrate. We need to go back to the drawing board and look at a lot of things. So sports in Liberia, particularly football, has gone nowhere. And see, were they lucky? Opponent were just lucky they made a way, bro. By the grace of God, they were there ordained. But we didn't have no facility, nothing good of sports in that country. I've been behind for a year. Everything.
Okay, Paul. You ran behind football in Liberia. So share your experience when you were playing.
Yeah, let me jump in before Sporting DJ Sporting comes in. Look, Bill, I really like what Bill said, and football. Yeah, lymphosema internet fluctuating. Let me get roll. If you can hear me, then that's fine.
This is so unusual for Paul. I think man in the UK. You always have a stable internet. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, but Sporting, I don't know when you actually came into football, Liberian football. Probably you're much younger than some of us here. I think you the young people here, you were the Sidiki. And some of us, I didn't even know that Bill went to Haywood. Do you know I graduated from Haywood in 1982? So, but I was Sporting. Paul, you want to flow? Because saying you're not stable, you can flow, and then when you go, and then
Yeah, let me flow quick. Yeah. So Bill was here we go. That reminded me about when we were coming on. I used to live in Jarlatham, and back then Satan was just next door, and a team in Satan used to call St. Joe. It was very, very popular, Joe United. And when we were growing up, where they have the Pan African Plaza today, it used to be the City Hall field.
Yeah.
And around 8th Street, Jarlatham area there, agriculture ministry used to be there. There
I
was
mean,
a
that
football field on the beach. So when they were talking about jogging and that house, okay, Jepuita. From that Jepuita all the way behind JFK, as kids will run and come back. That how fit was. So
yeah,
in the on Saturday, we got our how you call it, Batman boots, or we say be going
yeah,
around, say we're going to look for Olympic tournament. So and you could see that the talent among us. And guess what? Only two teams were just famous, RE and Barrow, and every young child wanted to play for those two teams. Although we had St. Joseph Warrior, we had a Cedar United, Barman, all of these teams were there, but those two teams that every young boy dreamed to play for Barrow or RE. So yeah, the talent was there to play on that team. They may have to be very, very good, because when it comes to what we call, and then if you get on a gravel where sometimes you play with your bare feet, or you play with basic name or barman boots, there's no football field around. So some of our closer to town, we used to go and see that we can play, or play on GW getting fee, or a tiny place. So we have not developed the sport that we wanted to. So when friends are talking about Africa, everywhere they have fee with grass, you think about Liberia. If you have the place I talking about in Satan, where we used to play on St. Joe fee, that was Mine Freeman then property. One time can they build house on it. So people have to find somewhere else. So we have not put in that development. They never prioritize sports in the country. So I think it's a shame, but the talent in our country is just great. So I think when everybody feeling them will talk about the counted me, why is it least? So yeah, since I got lip internet banners now, guys, take it from me. We have talent in Liberia. Too much.
Sporting DJ. You say you're Mr. Weir, right? Right.
Yeah, I don't want to spread code. I got code, so I don't want to spread the house. That's why I'm using the box. I hope you can get me.
Yeah. But we're not getting it though.
But no. Yeah. But what happened is that in Liberia, if you look at Liberian football, you talk about when I came to football. I started following football from a very young age. So this day, Liberia played Chad. Okay. So I had this opportunity to appear on Kiss FM. So I analyzed the game. Before the game, I analyzed the game through this high school report program stuff that I began to scratch for a longer time. So after the game, President Taylor asked for this guy that analyzed the game. And what I predicted came true. So that's how I started writing more, getting involved at high school level with the guy who owned Ria Moja and Sekou Moba before he even came to sweep the play and got Jacob to deal with the other people. And I started analyzing the game. And I found this passion about it. I started reading about the game, learning about the game. And that's why you see when I write and analyze the game, it is different. But the first thing in Liberia major problem is that the government and the FA, none of them understands that football is business.
Yeah.
That's the first foundation. Football is business. National team, business. If you go to Canada now, the Canadian government and other people around, they are asking the FA, Canadian FA, where's the money? Giving people a lot of money, there's no return. Getting no money. So go to Ghana. If Ghana find a sponsorship deal for $5 million, they make sure the Ghanaian national team, the Black Star, win more games to gain FIFA ranking that will enable her to play friendly games in countries like Dubai, United Arab Emirates. They can go to America and they can play game. Liberia cannot go to play a friendly game, Liberia versus Togo, to play in Dubai. They don't have the point. Liberia don't have the point until Togo pay extra money. So the first thing, youth and sport, the president of the country, the president of the FA, we need to understand football is business. So how do we develop football? How do we put? Now we're talking about putting $5 million into football development. If we put $5 million into football development, How long will it take Liberia to get 5 million back? Now, the FA need to convince the government. Say, you know what? We're going to put 5 million into the game and we'll target 200 players to develop them for our clubs. Because you know what? The more our clubs start to sell players, they will pay more taxes. Remember, every football club in Liberia, before you play in the league, you need to show up with a business registration. And business registration comes with paying taxes. So you see how government will make money, the teams will bring more people to the game because the game will become attractive. You got develop right back, develop left back, good strike of teams coming in. Look at Liberia, what happened recently. We saw the Liberian team sold a player for 115,000 euros to a Swedish club. Within 6 months, the Swedish club sold him to Czech Republic, South Pride, Czech Republic for 3.5 million. So what the Liberian team need to do now? They need to go find more Divan TM. Take that money and build a training pitch, develop more players. They will sell and they will pay more tax to the government. Government will get money back. Now it will come to the national team.
Let me stop you right there. You mentioned something first about Liberian teams. Government should invest in them, and then Liberian teams can be able to play friendly matches abroad. Like how Ghana is doing. So in between there, what does it depend on? Is it that they should pump more money, or they should develop the players? How can Liberia get on that?
Okay,
footing?
what we're gonna do is that we want the national team, not the club team. No, we want to increase the image, brighten the image of the national team. We'll find 5 million for us to play serious minor test game for all our countries to respect you. Because the only way Ghana want to play, even
if the players are not qualified to play.
No, what happens is that Liberia, there are talented players. We need to understand.
Thank you.
Why our players are not winning games. For example, we saw a Gambian goalkeeper in the league recently. He said he wants to naturalize for Liberia. Everybody's saying, oh, yeah. Now we're saying we need to bring him, play test game and test him to know if he's qualified. The more test game we play, we identify our weaknesses and our strength, and then we'll get better. So we'll play more test games, like the Under 17. Look at the Under 17 national team. You can get the Under 17 on the bus, 2 buses or 3, right? Take them to Guinea. They will play 4 friendly games in Guinea. What happened? They're creating that image for the Liberian Under 17 national team, right? People start believing it, like Keita team, the Under 17 team that came to Austria. People started believing in it because they play more games. So the more games you play, the more you develop. You train to learn, you play to develop. You train, you develop, you play games to get experience. You blend it. So we play more games, we gain images, we gain strength, we gain recognition. We start playing higher test games, and higher test game will lead to money. If you want to play the president national team, you need to find 10 million. If you want to play the Ghanaian national team, like Liberia, the least you pay will be mid-3 or 400,000.
Why you need that much money? Why you
appearance fee?
You can't play Ghana for free. You got to pay Ghana.
Appearance fee.
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, but Sidiki.
Paul, just say something quickly. Look, especially when it comes to football and sporting center, is a business. I think it's transactional. Look, the player that they sold from that they sold bought from Liberia for 150,000 Swedish kroner. Look, in a good footballing country, that player transfer money will still be on that player. With the boy for 3 million, his mother team, the team in Liberia will get some money for that player. It happens in Europe here. They can't just say. That's the thing. So we just lose everything that we are now people. I just want to interject that.
Okay.
Also have royalty on that player.
Bill, you I think you know something about being a football agent.
So let me just buttress to Sporting Harris. He have said it all. These are the things I wanted to say, but I was taking most of the time. Thank you, Mr. Menza. But all of these things, it depends on negotiation. Who negotiated on behalf of the player? When you're talking about future transfer, we stay participating into future transfer of the player, or right now the player is not getting 2 million, 1 million from you. Okay, you're getting 150,000. Now we're standing a future transfer from you. Will we still benefit? Those are the questions we don't know. So I just wanted to buttress to we as a conversation. Go ahead. We are sorry.
Okay, let be real friends spoke about our teams are not benefiting in the long term when it comes to after selling a player. A lot of Liberian teams, they are not brave. The moment they see small rainfall, they put a cup there and water the for it. So at the end of the day, people will bring so many blindsided deals to Liberia. Number one, let's put in the player that AIK from Stockholm signed, AIK Sona. They signed Emmanuel Gono. When they signed Emmanuel Gono, what happened? Mohamed Kalon went to Liberia. And then in Liberia, he saw Emmanuel Gono. He bought Emmanuel Gono from the Liberian team. Right away, he got right away Emmanuel Gono and negotiated for Emmanuel Gono to come to AIK. That deal will eat the money. Kalon gave the Liberian team lesser than what they deserve because they can see, unable to see 10 feet ahead of them. Now let's bring in, how you call him, Divantier. He came for 150,000 euros, right? The Liberian team, Nima FC, they are not the owner of Divantier. It's another team, the owner of Divantier. Now the money arrives in Liberia, fight over the money. Now he moved for 3.5 million. How much you sign? Maybe if you sell this player, we get 20%. Even 10%, the Liberian team would get 350,000. But when you are unable to negotiate, then what they will burn you. Now we got a group of Liberian players going to Albania on a free deal. The only opportunity now for this Liberian team will be for the Jenkins CA. Jenkins CA deal is going free from Pins FC. If the team in Albania do manage to sell Jenkins CA, the Liberian team will get 30%. Hook or crook, at the end of the day, that picking may end up going as free agent. The team will not gain 1 cent. So since football is business, we need to understand how to negotiate outgoing transfer, incoming transfer. And the FA, they need to sit down with the president because that the FA failed what the last 4 administration, TV administration. They failed with Ellen Johnson said it, they failed with Joshua, they failed with Joseph Waka. Listen, Mr. President, we want to get the national team back into the top 20 African countries right now. That is our goal. And for us to get there, we need to win games because the only way your ranking will increase, you need to win games. FIFA will not feel sorry for you. So how can Liberia start winning more games? We need the right players. Right now,
Okay.
let's look.
Let me ask one question.
Yeah.
we had world best, Euro's best, and Africa's best. The man who won 3 titles that no player has won before. As president of Liberia, he did not think along that line. So who do we expect to do this? Because this is somebody. You see,
very good.
I'm asking some novice question on because, like I said before, I know myself. I don't know much about football. I play football, but I don't know the technical part of it. So when you talk about that money, that's why I asked. So why do we need that much money just to play one team? And you said because of the appearance fee. So now I know that. But we had a footballing president who did not put much time into football to prioritize knowing where he came from and where he ended up. So who do we expect to do that easily?
Yesterday, I spoke with 2 or 3 agents, right? Because moving one Liberian player, hopefully he'll be arriving next month by the grace of God. And the guy told me something. He said he made an example about Joshua, and I had this conversation with another person again. George Weah knows how to play football. The question would be, apart from playing football, George Weah really loves football when it comes to developing football. Because I told you now, to know how to play football and to love football, to see the next generation. George Weah, president, George Weah could sit down with Mustafa Raji and say, listen, going to the Nations Cup is our topmost priority right now. We need to get to the Nations Cup. You need 10 games, right? You need 10 friendly games, right? We will arrange it. So right now, George Weah, Ellen Johnson, Joseph Boaka, none of them understand how to develop football. George Weah knows how to play football. But to develop football is a whole other game. So he need that education and he need that passion, because it's a burning passion right here. So we want to get to the Nations Cup. We want to get to the Nations Cup. When the president start to demand, when last President Weah, the Youth and Sport Minister, and NFA president sat down in a meeting to talk about Liberian football development and come out with a 4 years plan. When last just Ellen Johnson and LFA and Youth and Sport came out with a 4 year plan. Objective for the national team. We want to get the national team there. We want to get to the Women World Cup. We want to get to the Under 17 World Cup. We want to get to the Under 17 Nations Cup. When last? So at the end of the day, all of them, the passion to develop the game is not there. So until we can find that passion and the education, nothing will change. Right now, like Bill said, the government said they can't support the Under 17 national team. So what we're running into? We're running into another generation of Liberian players that will fade away without the next generation coming in. The Joshua generation left with no replacement. The Lamford generation, the Zach Kringa, the Dooley Johnson, the Jimmy Dixon, the King, they left, no replacement. Now we get a Oscar Dolly, we get a Devante, Samson Dwyer, they are around. We are not preparing. So at the end of the day, lack of passion, lack of education, be your greatest problem. Until we fix it, zero.
Okay, Paul, Francis, do you have anything to say?
Look, we all saying the same thing here. Look, basically, there's no direction for football in the country. It was a common saying in Liberia. No, you always like to find excuses. And look, later be reading on the subject learning, how to learn. You go to class, you learn from life experiences. So they got the learning theory. Liberia as a country, as a people, we have never yet comprehend the whole aspect of learning. You know what I mean by learning? We had George, we had developed as a player. What did we learn from that? Nothing. We only sang the glory. We have 14 years of war, massacre, death, destruction, property, infrastructure. We did not learn anything from that. So the country and its people cannot just learn. Our ability to learn as a people, that's something that we have to do. We have to go deep. Football, like any other thing in the world, is all about learning from the past. You learn. We are still at the same stage. UP government did not learn from the 12 years to stay in the power. They came back, nothing. Thing is still the same or is not at all. So our ability as a people are going to learn, Learn, learn. We can't just learn. Go and read the learning theory. You will know what it's all about. We just cannot learn as a people. So we'll sit here tonight and discuss everything. We said George Weah, people say, the men are press and men people play football. He talk about football journal. The people say, only what he focusing on. He did not focus on anything. He left. He didn't focus on football. He didn't focus on education. He didn't focus on infrastructure. He didn't focus on nothing. So we just cannot just learn. Simple as that, my friend.
Yeah, Paul, how is the internet now? You hearing us? Yeah, I know they play up for Habonio, but we can help you, brother. Okay, I got one question to ask, Bill. With all of these things, one thing, since I was growing up in Liberia, when we were small, I saw most of the long-time national players, and parole players, long time, Thomas Sapamaya then. And I remember I grew up on the Papas, right? And we had.
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I hear you guys, but
I know it's not easy for you.
It's frustrating, but
yeah, okay. Like I was saying,
so
I grew up on the Papas. Yeah, you were charming. I grew up on the Papas. We had capital. We had what the penny. G.W. Gibson as one major practice ground. Then that came. If anybody can remember, where you got the old maternity center, and then the road going to Charlatan. That road was not good. It was not there. So there was an up and down hill there. The first time I ever saw the guy called Ricky Boy, the guy that used to play called Ricky Boy. They all practice on that ground. Yeah, that up and down field. So for some reason, no Google player they used to kind of to play, and you could see the dust going. And I live right there, man, where they got our gas station. I live right there. So we used to come to see those guys, and Liberia football was improving. But then one thing I noticed is that I'm talking to you, Bill. I know you came after Sapamaya and the rest of those guys. Okay, the Waka Heron, the Chuka, all the people. But one thing I noticed is that Liberian players, they will play in Liberia locally. They will shine. But when you look, some people say that woman business can carry them down, that drinking can carry them down, or pleasure. Did you have any experience like that, Bill? Like when you were
playing football? Okay. Let me just buttress. I will still come to Sporting Harry conversation before. Mm-hmm. You see, you were talking about 150,000 for this player going to that to a team in Sweden. I will tell you one thing, Mr. Goy. In Liberia, with the money situation is very tough. Anybody can go for anything. Any player you will carry even to India to get $5, but to get $20 per game, he will rush. You understand? So that they have tough money being looking. And just imagine in Liberia, what you're giving the players there is a kind of a token. The clubs, we discussed it several times on the chat. Sporting Harry, the clubs, they're struggling because they play women away games. Just imagine a team from Maria going to play in Buchanan. The bus already had to put gas in the bus to go and come. You had to pay the current, the bonus when they win. they had to eat. So they do it maybe 2 times a week. Where the income, money not floating. So I believe I just thought in my mind when the Sporting Harry were talking when they talk about 150,000, that boy just pray God for the pool, just give it. He didn't want to negotiate, not yes. Yeah, Monica, Monica, let me start facing some things there for my team. There where we are today. Okay, so when you talk about
players coming up and the shining, but all of a sudden
players coming up and shining, it's all about commitment. You see, I will tell you one thing. I know I will say this thing. I don't say it often, but I told you when I was when I play, I always give my example of myself, and most of the guys you ask Louis Quentin, you ask or Ellis Brown will tell you. I went to Abidjan. I played for Bassam, Grand Bassam. I played for the training team. I was living in Plateau. They gave me an apartment in Plateau. From there, I went to Bassam, a top league team. From there, I went to Nigeria, and I played with first break of Nigeria, the first break of Nigeria, the bring in Nigeria. Play all over the place, home and away. Before Bocha then brought me back to Abidjan before they could for me to start leaving Africa. But what I wanted to make you understand was Abidjan, you have plenty of Liberian girls. They have choco lips. They have all kind of things, even in Nigeria. But why I didn't go to those places? Because I was committed on my mind and say I knew where I came from. That commitment, you have to be disciplined, self-discipline. I knew where I came from. I came from Bikram, Red Seahawks. That's why I was sleeping. I said, but listen, I'm not going back to that place if I'm not diversified. So I said, look, what everything I can bring anybody down, I will put it aside. And I'm already left where everybody left. I'm already left where everybody left. So I look at the whole thing. I said, look, the woman being let me put it aside. And I don't say I will not do my 1, 2, 3, but it not frequently. So I mean, at the end of the day, in the net, Bocha and myself would start jogging from Rivera there. We come from Angry, we go Rivera, and behind the Rivera, what Monday was living, what open high horse, Belali.
Angry.
Voila, they would beat it behind there, would jog and go come back. Every night you were waiting for some calls then to go play, and I myself getting for the goal. So and then when I got here, we were training with FC3, where we were in FC3. I mean 6 months. I see no woman. I mean women were here, women were here. You were coming to sign on people. Before I get some of my country, I say I would sign my country if I touch any woman. My mind was blocked that when I touch any girl, maybe she get bad luck, I would not sign my contract. You see why I kept my mind? I put my mind there for me to not even go to any woman because maybe she didn't get that luck. But right now, I appeal. I'm for almost 3 months, 6 months. So now at the end of the day, when I tell anybody, maybe my Lord, I will not sign my contract. Let me just lead it. I block my mind. I go PP, say my issue can come before PP.
But Bill, the question here, I mean, I want to be straightforward to the question, yes or no. Or not yes or no per se, but whether you believe that really was the cause of most Liberian players going down. Because I could see, okay, the Waka Heron, when the guy gets on the football field, all the Basel old man, everybody go, whoa. And then when I left Basel community, I grew up there. When the day Barrow winking, especially when Waka Heron school, that hope will be also now. So, and people believe, they got a strong belief that, because our men, they're not serious, whether government supporting them or whether they actually getting that support they need to be able to promote themselves to take the next step. Nobody looking at that. But the fact that the guy, anybody can have pleasure, okay? But the fact that the guy went to the club after the game, they say, oh, that woman can carry men down. They drink too much. So I don't know whether you ever saw any of your friends actually in that kind of situation, or was it just because they didn't have that much support?
I will tell you one thing. Everybody, I will still tell you, say it's commitment. If you're committed to certain things you're doing, let me tell you something. Some people right after gives the ball, they used to say, but man, get everybody, you get a pin right between your legs. You strain the muscle between your legs, and you go into, but all those things you get killed. But when you make it rampant, you're not training. And let me tell you something. You see the football around out there? When you block that round out there, you can bluff you. You know how you can bluff you? When you on the field, when they say ball, you got to trap it, stay ready for you. But when you block you, the power on your foot. So like they hit your chin, you go back there. Then you say, but what happened? But you know you've been bluffing it. You won't go practice. I mean, I be man, I won't go practice. All right. No, don't bluff football. As anybody, football can bluff you. But what I want to make you understand, it is commitment. If you're not committed to go do what you got to do, anything you want to do, you can do anything. But so long you keep training. No medicine in football. I will tell you, no medicine in football. That training. That training. You can go to the lab medicine man. You come back. You know how to play. You know how to play. Give it. I tell you straight.
Okay.
I know it. I know it.
Paul, you can hear?
Right. Linford, let me ask DJ Sporting a question, please, if you can hear me. DJ Sporting, I mean, I listened to what you said about football, sports as a whole is business, and our people in Liberia does not understand that business. So, way forward, recommendation. Don't you think the counted meat that we all cherish, isn't it about time that the country take a bold or radical step to say the counted meat become a national lead, and then instead of youth and sport, they should transfer everything to FA to as a business, if you hear me?
Yeah, the first thing, if you look at Europe, okay, look at Europe, look at America, look at Australia, right? The county meet we play in Liberia is their national league. So go to England. All of the teams in England are named after towns and cities. Manchester, Tottenham, Blackpool. This will go to Germany. Borussia. You get a Bayern Munich. You go to France. The same thing. So what happens at the first thing in Liberia, we need to educate our county's officials how to run a county team for 1 year. That's the first thing. Now, Lofa County, right? They just play. Can we maintain that team now? How can we run Lofa County football team for 1 year? How can we extend coaches' contracts? How they can live in the county? How they can develop more players? So at the end of the day, you'll find all of our teams that will start with needing after towns and cities. It will bring more people because football, besides football, is business. In business, you invest and you look for profit, right? And when you looking for your audience, you look for identity. So football will bring identity. Let's say we are FC. The people of Wiyala will support Wiyala FC. The people of Bon County will support Bon County FC. The people of Nima will support Nima Football Club. So Nima Football Club playing Lofa FC. The leaves on Nima, they go to Vonjama and play. The people of Vonjama, they want to defend their home ground. Then you see this identity will start to come in. So we get this identity, businesses will identify because Orange, Lone Star, Nacom, all of them they want to sell, put their product in front of audience. So the more people you bring to the game, the more sponsorship you get. So the first thing we need community education, how to establish a football club, how to run a football club. Go to LFA, ask LFA, ask Ministry of Youth and Sport. When last you guys ran a workshop educating like the Liberian community how to establish a football club? That's the first thing. Because the establishment, the foundation is wrong, everything will go wrong. Now, Bill talk about a lot of teams are finding it difficult to play games. Okay, let's look at Pings FC. Let's look at Heavy 11. Let's look at Watanga. All of them from Pings City. Now, 90 players. A Pings FC spending 15,000 per season. Watanga spending 15,000 per season. Heavy 11 spending 15,000 per season, 45,000 on 90 players. But now we'll merge. Three of them will come together. We'll go from 90 to the best 24 players, 45,000 on the best 24 players. You think we'll struggle to play games? We'll not struggle to play games. So a lot of people, they don't understand how to establish a football club and how to develop a football club. In Sweden, when you want to find a football club, you need to go to education first. How to establish a football club, how to generate revenue from players paying you to play. Now go to Liberia, go 11th Street, First Touch Football Academy. That guy is not running football because he loves Liberia. You want your son to play, you will pay. People will go there. You will pay to play. They will teach your child. So people will say, oh, no, the teams in Liberia are broke. People in Liberia are suffering. No, people are buying beer every weekend. So people can afford $10 US as a monthly fee for their child to play. So until we get to the point to establish solid football education, go at the Liberian FA. Now, one person at the Liberian FA with football education. That is Doko Wise. Musa Raji never went to football school, college to just sit down in class to learn football. Like reason why you will be blaming government for no armor, for lack of armorless at the game. Sekou Kone never went to football, don't have a football education. Now let's put Sebastian Colley, who is the national team manager. He last scouting education. So until Liberia can realize we go to FIFA and say, FIFA, don't give us 50 million, give us education. When George Bush went to Liberia, what he told Liberia? He said, I'll give you books for you to read. So because due to lack of football education in Liberia, we struggle. They can't meet, very simple to think, can't meet in the National League. Read game. You said that we need a decision. That where passion comes in. NFA, from today forward, we're turning county meet into National League. This county meet will run this county meet for 12 months. Lofa will go to Grand Gita to play. Grand Gita will go to Grand Crew. They will come down to Montreal. They will go to Cape Mount. How can government put 5 million and how can get our money back? Due to education. Lack of education, lack of knowledge, make my people what? Perish. That what people.
Let me ask one question quickly. We're talking about the county meet, and that was a good point that Paul brought in. We're talking about the county meet. The county meet will feature very nice players, very good players, some of whom will end up in the national team. But the question here is, during the county meet, most of the players that play for the various counties, they are not from that county. And the county meet is kind of like organizing Monrovia all the time. So you see, I'm from Bon County. You see somebody from Cape Mount playing for Bon County because probably he didn't get a spot on his Cape Mount County team, so he can't play for Bon County. After the county meet, whether we win, we lose, he's gone. The team is, all the county teams are literally broken down. They wait until the next county meet come again. Then people start looking for a place to play. Oh, I can play. Oh, why your knee? Why my knee John Brown? Where you come from? Come from Poor County, Maryland, or Grand Crew or somewhere there. Then the other one say I come from Bapolu. Then they splash them in on the various counties team. And then at the end of right after that, they break up again. Don't you think that is hampering the structural, the real structural standard of the county meet, that even if you say we should keep them, we should invest money into them to make them play for the whole year, how can that happen?
The first thing we need to do when we establish this education, county coaches will be based in the county. They need to monitor the local school league. They need to monitor the local league to keep that first employment. So government can employ one guy to be the county team and put on government salary. That's a job. That's number one. Number two, we need to bring insurance in the county meet. County meet no insurance. You break your legs today, that's free, papa. The student may say gratis, free. Oh yeah, no insurance. One picking just broke your legs in the county meet.
But one begin that too.
Okay. So no insurance. So what the first thing we need to do, we need to make sure the coaches are within the county, living there, working there. That's your job to monitor players' development. And then we've designed this county team. I just told you go to Ivory Coast, like a lot of the teams are named after cities, right? Go to Ghana, a lot of teams there they are named after towns. Pando has a line for Pando. Brekun Chess from Brekun. Swejo All Black for Swejo. Tamale United for Tamale. Hazakes from there. Second D Hazake for Second D. Go to Nigeria. You get Rivers State. You get Kano Pelos. Identity. So Liberia, we lack identity. There's no way to convince someone. So the first thing we need to do, let's establish the leadership within the county. Head coach, assistant coach in the county. Even keep them in the county, we employ them at the school. So the whole year there, while the county team training on the weekend to go play game. And then we turn this county meet into a non-league. So now, how can we keep this county meet now? We will rename the National League into another league, but our county teams play in that league. But then at the end of the year, we still have our main football festival, the county league, and our teams will come there to play. But at the end of the day, all of the teams in the National League should be named after every county and should be based within that county. Bill, I think we were mentioned talk about a grass pitch in mind in the 90s, right? The Liberian Football Association today cannot point to a single grass pitch they've been maintaining for the last 1 year or for the last 4 years. They don't have it. There's no grass. You can find a single grass pitch in Liberia that is the maintain it. So tomorrow in Liberia will play in Nigeria, will play on a grass pitch in Nigeria. Our team can train on that grass pitch for 1 week before they leave. We don't have it. Recently, they disgraced the Liberian national team. They had to practice at the airport in Ivory Coast. Because the team spent, I think, 18 hours in transit. Recently, the team from Algeria going home. They spent nearly 30 hours in transit. Until Facet FC had to put 2 other players on the plane to leave the players in transit. So lack of education, we're not going anywhere, big brother. That's the truth. So I stop there.
Paul Francis.
Yeah, let me just say something quickly. Look, there's a brilliant idea. There's a very brilliant idea when people talk about naming the county teams. To be part of the National League. The economic aspect. See, most of the teams, especially county meet, are either sponsored by a few of the county heavyweights, and county teams here. County teams will be supported by the county. The county, does you have a field that the home games will generate income. They have sponsorship. Liberia is, I think that's the next 50 years. That's the plan which you put in for 2040. It's really part of our infrastructure development. Because listen, let's say example that people say the economy is always in Monrovia. Let's take a concept example. Let's say we take it to Rivers County. This year, Rivers County whole city. There's no hotel. There's no fee. Where were you? So we lack the infrastructure. So this should be in, we should be like, hey, there should be 30, 40 project for Liberia in terms of sport. That's a long-term goal we want to develop, because if you go to, if you play the country, it might be people, you have makeshift restaurants. After that, the people will go. What happened? So we need to have this project 2040 or 2050 football vision. You know how that take that in the 2020 vision. This kind of thing we need to come in and implement. Be innovative enough as a vision for the country in terms of our sports, particularly football. I just want to say that,
Yeah.
so it's a good thing that
before you come in,
Yeah, I want to say something to buttress to what Sporting Harry and Mr. Mensah just said. We've been talking about this thing, and anywhere you carry that company is development. I'll give you one example. They wanted to play the African Nations Cup in Cameroon, or the World Cup in Cameroon. They informed the people ahead of time, and you saw the amount of hotels and stadiums they were building, because there should be a funding for that, money budget for that. And I'll tell you one thing: it's everyday curriculum with the Liberian schools that they know they get $50 million or $50,000 for the county. For example, I'm not giving you exact numbers. They get $50,000 for the coming county, because why they get APM terminal responsible for all the jerseys for all the counties, and then they get the rest of it. So what they had to do, and then the county funds, all the county get the funds. They inject it too. So at the end of the day, when you say, for example, we're going to River G to have the county meet, you inform them right after this county meet, next year county meet is going to be in River G. The people will start constructing hotels, and that's how, when you finish having the 12 times, you get development in all the counties.
But I want to disagree with you small. I mean, 1 year is not a thing. It can never. Liberia. Because first of all, the way we build, you cannot think. It's not like Europe where the thing already manufacture. You bring you there put the walls and up again.
Brazil, I want to say something. A
5 years from now,
Francis, 1 year. 1 year is quite
let me learn. Let me learn. What I want to say, basically, whenever you carry the counter meat, it brings development.
I agree.
So excuse me now. So even if you say 2 years, you give it 2 years. You say, okay, this counter meat, this 2025 will be held in Monrovia. 2026, that next following December, 2 years, they can build some hotels, and they can build some other things there within that 2 years time when the money is available. And the money can be available because why? The county meat can generate a lot of funds. And they will face the road. They will face the road. All kinds of people and they will do hotels and stuff. So we've been talking about it before, but anyway, the Bogey, the Bogey, listen, man, don't matter people.
Yeah, Paul,
so,
go ahead.
Guys, I mean, this is quite fascinating. The reason why I asked sporting that question, I had this conversation in Liberia. We're trying to enforce it that the national county meet tend to the national league. But you have the other people that have their football teams already that did, because the league that they have now, if you look at that league, they may have only 5 to 6 competitive teams. The rest of them, people don't even bother watching them. So the argument was, why don't you enforce the county meet into a national league, and the 5 competitive teams add into that team, become 20 teams. It's a new national league. And then let's see, if you don't perform well, you'll be relegated. 3 teams will go down like the European League. The 3 teams from that lower league will come up. But then, because it becomes business, it's about time that you let the government just be developing sports for schools and all of them. You give it to a private entity like the FA in the UK here, that's only there to come or regulate. The Premier League is have its own body. That way, you find out that if Grand Bassa County is playing, people will sell their merchandise. And it's all about it. They bring all these things. If you go to football match here, they will do a little leaflet about players About the people buy all those things, generate money. It helps the team, and then the money they get intake that is raised, that get intake also help for doing other things. So when they say Grand Bassa County, what Bill say, Grand Bassa County is hosting the budget that the government had for that year. They start putting little things around. If the fee does not have a certain capacity, maybe they'll say, okay, this year will be the tariff that will have 50%. The following year will bit by bit, and then you find out that the game becomes so big. Now counter me on everybody paying $10, $5 to go watch a counter playing. So you find out the love is in a counter me. So why is it that what people don't want to look that direction to enforce the thing? Because what happens now if the counter me is on? Lofa County is playing Grand Jada. Nobody, Arsenal playing, how they call it, Barcelona. People will not have time. They want to see their county playing. So why we can't focus? Now we're not doing it. So everyone look at the European League. And that's what I'm saying. Instead of way that we could pressure our people to see how this can be, to make a reality. Bill, you guys, you have the contact, you play the game, the ex-footballer. Isn't that something that you guys could push?
I must say something. Let me tell you something. You see, you and Marcella live in the West. When you get to Liberia, the people think you want to take their jobs. So at the end of the day, they will step on you. I tell you straight. You have sporting right over there. You ain't right over there. Who said what gonna in fact what you just said, somebody said about the county teams to be represented for that they meant dream. That sporting dream. Then you read what y'all talking behind. It was what he had been preaching on. He been preaching on it. Nobody want to listen to him. The people want to get the money, bro. The people that can't listen to that set budget. The people want to get the money. I'm telling you. So you can take the food for them up. That's how they looking at. They think like Kuku Jumuku. That's what you talking about. That sport is funny. Yeah, you sport it, go ahead. Yeah, you talk. Yeah, man, yeah, you talk.
The first thing I keep saying, we need education. We need to educate our counties how they can run the county teams. So if we get a county team running, politicians won't vote, so they will come to that team to make sure that team is alive. So that team will always run. Politics not going away. Politics will always be there. So if you go to River State now, if you go to Kano, all the top politicians, they're supporting that team. Kumasi, Ashanti, Kotoko, all the politicians, they are supporting Kumasi, Ashanti, Kotoko. So we need to go to Liberia and we need to sit down. Bill said when you go to Liberia, you try to talk to people, say you won't take that job. The SA had a mind to report me to the former EPS director to stop giving a hard time because he was my boss when I was there working in his club. Joke around. He came from America to the middle of 2023. He said, hey, Harris, my man, the FA people say giving a hard time. I went to Liberia to even stop him from coaching the league. They had to send email to Sweden to get my Eurofag lesson for them to verify before the late TD, he allowed me to stay on the line. So Liberia, we're not open-minded. We go to Liberia, your coach, you see the coaches association, they chasing your coaches for tag. If you don't show your tag on your neck, you stay on the line, you can't stand. Lack of education. Right now, I just spoke with people in the SA. Listen, we got 14 teams. We got 7 venues. Why are we playing games 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Why we not introduce the time lock system to run our fixture? So Monday in Liberia is 4th division. Wednesday is 3rd division. Thursday is school football. We need decision. So running county meet as national league is 5,000 times possible. It will only be done when Liberia receives education in football. How? I just told you. Mayor Check asked when last LSA ran a workshop in Liberia, ran the workshop teaching people how to to establish a football club. How to establish a football club. How do teams get permit to even play in the league? Now the FA, they are saying Kasekun cannot contest for the FA presidency because of this criminal record from America. For you, the same FA allowed this man, you accepted this man as a club president without asking for police report so people can become club president in Liberia or police report. You can become a coach in Liberia or police report. So education needed. Without education, we go anywhere, Papa. We have bring our internet, bring our time, and let the people who say things talking to people in Liberia listening to us.
let me ask one question quick. Most of the teams or all teams in Liberia from Barrow that are support to IE and all the other clubs, they cry all the time for money. But when the game play, the stadium is packed. People are paying money to go. What happened to that share of the money? Do they really get money, or they get play and pack their low and go home?
No, this is how they structure, right? The money is divided into I think four, or three. So Barrow and IE. Let's say Barrow play somebody yesterday. I already know who they play. Okay, let's go to Leska and Watanga. They play TV yesterday. Leska not selling ticket. But Watanga not in charge of the ticket. Because the venue owned by LFA will sell the ticket. The host team will get this percentage and waiting get this percentage and will cut some money off. That money will go to one of both called when teams ready to prepare to go play in Africa. I won't cut them. So at the end of the day, the teams are not selling ticket. The FA sell the ticket, the FA cut the money, the FA share the money. At the end of the day, so the teams don't even go for that money. It's better when we see negative tweets.
Well, it's true. Arrangement, right? That okay, Barrow, you playing IE tomorrow, and we are printed a certain amount of ticket.
No,
we printed
Barrow
10,000.
get nothing to do with the ticket.
No.
IE get nothing to do with the ticket. The FA run everything.
So they ever get there, whatever they want to get there.
The FA will tell you we made $10. Listen, I went to Liberia. I used to pay to enter the game 400 Liberty. I made a Facebook live video before the FA stopped me from paying and gave me tag. This is how terrible things. I made a Facebook video. I paying again 400. I'm not paying to Barrow official or Leska official or Heavy Larry official. The FA got people that sell the ticket. That people job. That's it. People are friends with me and start coming.
Look, listen, let me tell you something. Look, the optics from the fee, it looks packed. But trust me, the capacity in terms of monetary value is just 75% or 60%. Because look, the corruption, people, if I bought a legit ticket, I hand it in. The man will take my ticket and go and sell it to somebody else. So that one ticket, that one legit ticket, we have gone through 5 persons' hands. You get what I'm saying? We have gone through 5 persons' hands. So our inability to be very sincere, it has a serious impact on all the facets of our society, sports, education, because people pay to get grades now. You need to pay to get jobs. So look, corruption is the cancer of the society. Police won't go in free. Assistant minister won't go in free. Deputy minister won't go in free. Director of minister, the director in one ministry, in one corporation, he won't go in free. So by the time the end of the day, look, 50% of that fee is free and 50% paid. That's why they always in negative.
Well, guys, our time is just about over, and I think it's been a very healthy discussion. And like the Sporting said, the people are not listening, because if the people will listen, the thing here is, I think it's in the interest, it's even in their interest more than we the ordinary people, or more than the teams, because they who sit at the top there and control the money. I mean, I'm just surprised to hear that the LFA will sell a ticket and they will decide how much to give the teams. They can tell the teams, say, well, look, we make money, so you can take $10 and go home. Can you imagine? I don't know how it works in Europe, because here all the tickets got number, and they know exactly how many tickets they printed, and they know how many people will be on the field. So nobody can tell somebody, say we made so amount, and no prime minister or no king and your girlfriend go inside there and tell the people, say, you don't know how the king, or let me go inside free. No, everybody will buy
Let me drop something, right? You know,
Uh-huh.
happening at National League games. Liberia played South Africa, I think 2 years ago. I think 2023 on a Keita.
Mm.
When you go, for example, Watanga and Liska playing, when you go to the game, they will sell you, they will give you that Liberia for the South Africa ticket. We discuss it in the chat room. They say, boy, the ticket, yeah. So what would people who do the ticket must keep it? We forget the history. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you can sell that ticket as price because it will become history.
Mhm.
When Liberia drew a child, right now they auction that ticket because no one will go photocopy that ticket. Will be people will know that, oh man, they printed it in 2 days ago. When Liberia beat Nigeria, the leftover ticket, if you decide to auction it today, it will go for a higher price. So there are ways in which we need to change the people's mind. It will only be done with education and application of the education. And apart from that one, be well out there. The people present man, I said people still buying grades. I help you up.
So,
I get one of my players, right? I get one of my players. I is manager put in the team, and he wrote to me that he need $15 US. A math teacher said $15 US. I told him my responsibility is to buy you football boots and pay your 10,000 liberty every month. You play in third division. Your school fee, that me. When you out of high school, my duty is to find your club for others to move you. So any way you can find that $10 US, you can find it. So I think Liberia is education and education, but yeah, Bill, come in. Okay for now.
to buttress to this education thing, I went to run as vice president for Operation Liberian Football Federation. I get a partner in Greece that offer courses for administrators and coaches, football administrators and coaches. And he been crowned with UEFA. UEFA gave him a certificate. So you get certificate, it will be an added value to whatever you have learned. I went there, the guy said, okay, Bill, I will not be able to come to Liberia. Well, what we'll do, give me 40 of your coaches, or they get 10 of your administrators, 30 of your coaches. Let me give them few courses, and then it will be for 1 week intensive, but everything going to be online. Everybody said they get only button phone. Nobody get a phone to do their courses or a laptop, but everybody said they get button phone. At the end of the day, I have only 2 people to go through that course. Okay, that was an added value I would carry to the table. But when I went there, bro, the thing is the Kuku Jumuku episode. You're not inside, you don't know. And you're not inside, you don't know. That's a long story. But what I wanted to, when you guys like we were talking about the ticketing and stuff, like I was playing in Nigeria, one of those guys can just come and buy the whole ticket of the game. He buy 40,000, You get 50,000. You sell it 50,000. You buy it from the FA or whoever. That's what you buy it 40,000 US dollar. Then he can the way you sell it, I finish. They put in one no. They put no one at 40,000. But that business, that football business we're talking about, sporting and Mensa and myself were talking about that football business. You see, there are so many ways to win money into the game, but you should be educated. We still come down to education. You know, for me, I let it talk politics and football. Football, when you tell hate football, I've been into it for long, and I will always talk. We can stay on the football video on that tomorrow morning. I'll be here. So that's it, guys.
Well, I don't know if Francis or Paul have anything else to add up, but I would just want to call on the authorities in Liberia to do better than this, because like you guys have clearly outlined, football is business, and we see it here in Europe. Imagine how much money the people make every weekend, even during the middle of the day. Okay, and they got all these small teams playing throughout. So it's a lot of money, and we hope our Liberian government officials can pay attention, especially the Youth and Sports Ministry that is responsible for the sporting event and LFA, and let them work hand in hand so that they can develop the program and get more players going on. So, Francis, you got anything to add to the closing?
No, but it was also a very interesting program tonight. We will have a discussion, a senior discussion next week. If the team agree, bring in a new set of panelists or the same guests, so that we need to keep pushing this narrative. We need to keep pounding it, making it becomes very resounding, so that the administrators or those in authority, when football authority, can see reason for some transformation, because we cannot be at the same stage. The county meet should be a showcase, a stepping stone, an arena where we see great names. We saw the likes of Ezekiel Doe, Sekou Gina, Momo Blambo, you name it. I think Carl Jebose play County Meet. So we saw a lot of people, a lot of great names. Mango Jala, all the guys from these are all great names. So I don't think there's any kind of hindrance when it comes to organizing tournaments where we can go into those towns and villages to bring out the best talents. We have raw talents in Liberia, so I think we will have sort of this discussion next week again, or probably in the future, so that we can hammer this information on to our people. So it was a great show, guys. So man, thanks to Bill and Mr. Harris for accepting our invite. I hope you guys will share the show. Probably the next time you guys come on, we will have. I think I'll talk with the team that we can have a sports a session. Probably on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, sometime in the week, that we can all come and discuss different sports, basketball, and what happened. One good thing I want to say, there was some misinformation, and the journalists, they are not really informed. They said, I heard Lufa County won the basketball as well, and they said, oh, it was the first time Lufa County won the basketball, and that was a lie. I won the basketball. We won the basketball tournament, the 1986-87 tournament with Lufa County. Well, the first time Lufa had took the tournament, they took 1986 and 87 county meet. So yeah, and those years, Marshall was the coach. The Marshall was assistant coach to the late Sako Alexander Anderson. So yeah, so we can talk about these things and then yeah. Well, Kusho, Paul, you can take it over from me.
Yeah. But Frank said you call the other names that great player, you forgot about me. So that's
I
the
forgot
thing.
Paul. We were G, yeah.
We're talking, we push it. I think, yeah, man, the thing here, I think when I was playing Bureau, I played just about the same time because the era that he come from, that's where when I was in Basel teenage, those days, Deepa then were in GDL Gazing were rivals. So, and this is the very first time I played on the Anthony Thomas Stadium, that was a high school game. Where Heston was the tournament hall, my brother, I can tell you, when you play in the arena, it's something different. And I remember back in the days, we used to be in a, how they call it, if you guys remember, a team came from Israel a long time ago. They had to play R.E. Barrow and play St. Joseph. Now, they had what the young kids used to play first. Bill coming, Bill in a.
How about Jerusalem was the team name? How about Jerusalem for Israel at that time?
Yes. That's that. So
that
I remember
thing what Barrow
playing for St. Joe
in 3 minutes time.
Huh?
I remember Barrow beat someone at team. They were leading Barrow and beat them 3 minutes to the game time.
But those are the things the man talking about. Game change, you could have called out. You don't have on one tonight. You have they get played tonight in London. They get a man change Florida.
I remember that game.
The reason why I bring you this story, because it was Samuel Dotan that was putting a lot of money into the game because he had this vision about football, how he wanted. And what happened? Young Lone Star had a coach at the time, you call him Kier, you're Ghanaian. Yeah. And those days, how he used to pick talent before the big match, in the young kids would play. And that's how he used to spot talent, say, okay, I'll recruit this person into Gion Lone Star. And today, the people that came from that Gion Lone Star, the Kevin Segbo, all of those names that played in the 90s, we are then, it was that Kier who spotted a lot of them. So it's something that in a counter meet, we can do similar thing when the people are educated. So child will be 79 in River G, very good, but nobody gonna know him because only the county will be able to spot talent within their county.
You see, you just hit the gavel on the head. I was just telling Mensa that you see the diaspora tournament I took to Liberia. I have diversified, I have decentralized it to carry it to. I brought him from Nima County, Bon County, Magibi, and other places. You see, so but what I want to say here is that see it like that. We're looking at players that were in Monrovia. But trust me, players that some of the players in those slumps, you don't know them. You see, you don't know them. So you need to bring them to show them the light. But just imagine, I was having a youth tournament, a youth development tournament in Liberia, the Liberia Diaspora tournament. And you see, we were just talking about education. Mustafa Raji may not know all of these things, but the stadium manager locked the gate and said, I owe them $200 because I should have paid $600 for the stadium. I paid them $400. But last day of the tournament, the stadium manager said, if I don't pay the $200, the player should not enter. And now we're standing. I was the responsible. I the one who wrote the FA for the fee. If anything, you'll come to me. Don't stop the youth from entering. And made it that I win. I have people that Amadou Sano that I invited from the States. I have people that Simon Mata. I even brought JJ, the former coach for national team. I brought Amabasta. I brought Emmanuel Hutton, who happened to be the second person at the National Food Authority, to take it off. We're trying to give back to the youth, and with all this that came on the field as inspiration to these players. They are now seeing them, but they heard the names when they were playing. This is just psychological thing. But I went there to my surprise. The stadium manager laughed again. But look at the phone. The technical director of the Liberian Football Federation called the kid, called the stadium manager, open that door, don't close the door on those people. The stadium manager did not listen to the technical director. And then this safety secretary general called him before he could open the gate. And it was by 11:30. And I wanted to start my tournament by 9:30 to be finished by 6 o'clock. Making my final game had not been played. It's going to be played only the coming morning and I'm back. But meanwhile, Mustafa Radi never knew it. He called a technical meeting immediately at the FA. You see, what we're trying to talk about, education. You see, you have to know your TOR, you have to know your bosses. You see, it's not happening like that. You see, but I mean, that's some of those things we're talking about education, moment. So thank you, moment. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean the game can be they can raise the game to a higher level, and that game. So when Paul keeps saying, say, if we in Liberia can produce Salisa, they can produce George Weah. Think on it. How many Salisa and George Weah behind in a rural area that we don't know? The talent is in our country. It just people just wake up and say, let's invest heavily in this and let's make this a reality. And I mean, another JJ Okocha could be sitting nine Bongo today. We don't know, but we just, I mean, doing something different. So, guys, I think it was a good show, man. And we need to follow up with this sporting thing. Maybe people will hear all loud and clear, and we can advocate for the country need to be a national league. Yep.
Okay. And so we just want to say thank you to our guests. Bill is not strange here. And Sporting is very versed in the area. So like Paul and Francis said, we'll try to push this thing because it is in our interest as a country, and then it is in the interest of even those who sit at the helm of power, because they control the money anyway. So from my side, I think it was a good show. And guys, we want to say thank you, and we hope to be here on Tuesday. Well, Paul, take us home. I don't know whether we'll get our Lone Star music. We don't have the.
Well, so we don't have to come closer to this Liberia Ras again. So I will say good night to everybody. If you with this beautiful Friday music, Mama.